Hello everybody and welcome yet again to another video of Tutorials Point. Well, as we are, busy discussing all the important interview questions and the best ways to answer them, well then, why should we just leave it that way? We will again go ahead and discuss about the best interview that I ever attended. Well, of course, it is my personal experience that I would be sharing with you all. But it definitely is going to cover very important interview questions, which I'm sure most of you would be faced with when you would face an interview, right? So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and see what was my experience and what was the best way, that I found out could actually help you to clear your interview. Okay. Now, of course, this question, which means what is your greatest professional achievement? Well, this question again is a very commonly asked question during your interview. So the first thing, as I already have discussed in most of my videos, is that the first thing which you need to take care of while while the interviewer asks you any question is that what is the hidden reason or why is it that the interviewer wants to know a particular thing that he or she is asking you, right? So first of all, if you are clear, if you are so sure, or if you are able to gauge and understand as to what is it that the interviewer is trying to find out by asking you that particular question, well then you are all sorted out, because then you are now clear. Now you know what is it that the interviewer is looking for, and accordingly you will be able to structure your answer and mold your answer accordingly, right? Okay, so here when this question, when the interviewer asks you about your greatest professional achievement, what is it that the interviewer is looking for, or why has he or she asked you this question? Well, it is really important for you to understand that your professional achievement, while you would be telling about your professional achievement, but it is also important for you to understand that while you'd be narrating it, right, try and link it to, try and link the kind of skill sets which you used to achieve a particular target in your professional life, and you are going to tell about it. So try and link those skill sets to your current job profile, right? Well, not only that, this also is an opportunity for you to pitch in all the different qualities that you have, right? For example, you might want to portray that you're very dedicated, so you can definitely, this is your opportunity. This is the time when you can kind of pitch in the quality that you have, that you're very dedicated, or you're very professional, or you're very passionate, or for that reason you persevere for a very long time. So you're very hard working, and not only that, you are very good with smart work as well. So these are the certain things which we definitely want to portray, right, while we are giving an interview. So this is your chance. So while you are kind of telling your, while that narrative is going on, these are things which you can just pitch in. So first thing, how do you start about it? How do you actually structure your answer in the best way possible, or how did I do it? Okay, so first of all, you try and follow the STAR method, because even I did and I got amazing results, right? So STAR method is nothing but situation, task, action and results, right? So this is how you might want to pitch in this method to make your answer far more structured and far more kind of organized for the interviewer to gauge whatever you want to portray, right? Or for the interview, it will become far more comprehensible for the interview, right? Okay, so then second thing which you need to take cognizance of, as I already told you, the skills which you are going to portray, or the professional skill set that you are trying to portray, try and link it to the current job profile, right? And last but not the least, your excitement, which means any other thing. So one is your professional qualities which you would highlight in an interview, right? So second thing which obviously we all need to highlight is, other than the professional qualities, what are the other skills that you have, right? Of course, you would have a lot of knowledge, you would have a lot of, many degrees, many kind of you might have had the best qualifications, but Are you, that kind of a mentally stable person to take the best decision at the right time? Or are you really hardworking? Or are you really dedicated? Or are you a good leader? Or for that matter, are you really witty to handle those situations? Do you kind of brainstorm and trying to find out solutions for stuff? So these are, along with the skill set, these are also the things which we want to pitch in and highlight, right? So this is your opportunity to get it done. What next? Well, when I was asked about this question, what is your greatest professional achievement, and what did I answer? Well, that was just a general interview that I went for, and I actually pitched in. I used this method. I pitched in my professional qualifications, along with I linked it with that particular job profile, and along with that I also pitched in a lot of other qualities which I had. For example, I was successfully able to portray that yes, I'm very witty, or I have very, very good leadership skills. So well, definitely, ta-da, I cleared that interview. Yes, so I was asked as to, there was a particular situation which the interviewer put me into. For example, you have these many things to organize. How do you think you're going to do it? Well, so I definitely started off with this mess. I first of all, I told that, okay, I think just taking the entire responsibility by myself would not help me a lot. So I definitely think that delegating those responsibilities would not only help me to manage stuff better, but would also help to develop leadership skills amongst the people to whom I am delegating the responsibilities. Well, yes, that is right. And believe you me, definitely the interviewer was impressed quite a lot, right? And I definitely cleared that interview. So this is how you need to pitch in your answer. Right now, basis whatever role that you've applied for, or basis whatever your qualification or your skill set is, try and structure your answer using the STAR method, right? So first of all, you pitch in the, okay, so let me elaborate more on what I responded. So as I gave this response, I backed it up with an example, which happened in my previous job. So I backed up the same, that the quality that I portrayed through giving that answer, I backed it up with a situation that happened in my previous job. And this is the same thing that you need to apply here. So while you are backing it up with a practical situation and you're making it sound more authentic, you're going to structure it using the STAR method, right? So first of all, explain the situation. So well, in my previous job, there was so-and-so situation that I was faced with, and I had to manage so many people. So it was kind of a similar situation. So what I did was I decided that I would, kind of delegate and the task that I was supposed to do was I was supposed to fulfill this target within, so-and-so timeline. So how did I go ahead? So what I decided was that, so you first explain the situation, then you explain what task you were required to do, and then the action that you took. So what I decided was I decided to delegate the responsibilities to my teammates, and as a result, because they were given responsibilities, they also learned how to manage people, because till that time I was the only one who was managing, right? So because of that particular situation which I was encountered with, I was able to nurture leadership skills amongst my teammates as well. So, and the result was that we were definitely able to fulfill all our targets within time. And not just that, it helped to nurture and it fostered my teammates as well. So it was a very, very successful project indeed. So once you have actually backed it up with a practical situation, well, then nothing else you need to do. You are just done. Definitely, it is a green signal, right? So try and structure your answer using the STAR method and pitch in your qualifications as well as your qualities that you need to portray. You want the interviewer to actually know about them, right? So this is your situation. Go ahead, use it, and it is going to be the best interview that you ever attended. Okay, now again, this is also a question which you would be faced with, especially if you, are looking forward to step up to a leadership role, or if you've applied for some management kind of role. Definitely you'll be asked, this is the question which is going to come your way. So tell me about a time when you demonstrated leadership skills, right? So leadership skills are something which, it's not that a particular book is going to explain you, or a book is going to upskill you on that. Well, leadership skills are something which only and only come through your experience, or only if you brainstorm enough to know as to what is it that leadership means to you, right? So this is a very, very important question, and for sure the interview, because the interview is, because the job is more about leadership skills, so definitely the interview wants to know the most candid form of you, just so as to make sure that are you a fit leader or not, right? Okay, so how do you start off this answer? Again, first of all, it is for you to define what is it that leadership means to you, right? Then going forward, again using the STAR rule, you are going to pitch in a situation, and then whatever qualities that you think a leader should have, you're gonna pitch in those qualities using the STAR rule, right? So how I answered this question was in a similar way, right? So what I did was, so first of all, of course, the same question when I was asked with, so first of all, I gave my own definition of leadership, right? So like, I firmly believe that being a leader doesn't only mean that you're gonna direct people. It more than that, it means that you empower them rather than just giving them direct answers or just doing everything for them. It is more important. I feel that a leader should actually empower people, so that even if the leader is not there, the entire team won't shatter. They still are upskilled enough, they still are kind of independent enough to work out the best solution. So I believe leadership is more about making people independent rather than making them dependent, right? And then so this is my definition of leadership. Definitely, every person would have a different definition of leadership, and you just feel free to pitch in whatever definition you feel is right? So then again, the same, for example, in my previous job, there was a so-and-so situation, I was faced with so-and-so situation, and because I was the leader of that particular team and I had to take the decision, so I decided that this would be the best way out, and as a result, so-and-so, we were able to achieve so-and-so result. So that was my personal experience that I shared using the STAR method. But STAR method here should primarily focus on the quality that you feel that is leadership according to you. Like for me, the leadership quality that I answered to them was more about making the team independent rather than making them dependent. So I was able to pitch in that quality in the particular example that I put forward, right? So it is only then that it is going to make sense. So if you kind of portray leadership, what leadership means according to you, if you're able to portray it in a different way, and the example that you're giving in using the STAR method is completely different, well, then your answer is not coherent, right? So keep this thing in mind, that you pitch in the quality which you feel, which is leadership according to you. Pitch in that quality while you're explaining a particular situation to the interviewer, right? So try and make your answer coherent, because if these two points do not go hand in hand, it is definitely not gonna be the best interview that you ever attended, right? So yes, this was my experience when I attended that was actually my best interview that I ever attended. Yes, that is right. Well, of course I cleared it, and I'm sure if you are able to use this strategy, I'm sure it's gonna be a thumbs up for you as well, right? So try and practice this, and try and gather as much examples from your professional experience. Even if you're a fresher, you might want to use experiences from your student or your college life, right? So definitely, I'm sure if you try and brainstorm or if you just drill deep, definitely you'll be able to find out some amazing examples of leadership or any particular situation that you want to explain. So try and pitch in those things along with your qualification, because it is not just about qualification, because for sure there'll be so many other people who would be probably equally or even more qualified than you are, or maybe they have even more experience than you have, or maybe lesser, or maybe equal. So what is it that is going to make you stand out? So it is using these methods that you're going to stand out in the interview, and for sure you're going to clear it well. So friends, this was all about my own story, where the best interview that I attended, and I'm sure after seeing this video you also are going to be ready with your own story of the best interview that you ever attended, right? So we will see you again in the next video. Till that time, keep learning with Tutorials Point and Tutorix. Have a good day.